This is a very important message for you today, do not ignore it. Pay attention to this message. There are some messages that don't come to your ears, they come to your spirit. They don't demand your attention with noise. They whisper softly, yet somehow touch the deepest places inside you. This is one of those. The angels have been circling this message around your name for hours, waiting for your heart to become still enough to hear. And now that you're here, still, present, willing, let the truth unfold like gentle rain on a weary soul. Someone is thinking about you. Someone is praying for you. Someone has not let go of you in their heart. And before tomorrow arrives, heaven wanted to make sure your soul heard this. You are still loved. You are still seen. And you are still deeply, divinely chosen. You've walked through moments where silence felt louder than answers. You've wondered if you were being forgotten by the very ones you gave your heart to. But heaven never lost track of you. Every unseen moment was written into the book of your becoming. Every unspoken ache was felt in the presence of angels. And right now, in a realm unseen, one voice is still lifting your name in light. Not to beg for your return, but to send you peace, peace that fills in the gaps where closure never came. Peace that moves into the cracks of your memory and begins to restore what was left broken and unnamed. This message isn't here to remind you of pain. It's here to restore your promise. To bring your heart back to center. To anchor your soul in a love that has always been reaching, even in the silence. Someone you care about, whether here or beyond the veil, is whispering into the heavens on your behalf. And those whispers have touched the ears of angels. And those angels have now brought it here, to you. So you would know, you are not forgotten. Not by them. Not by God. Not by the purpose written inside your soul. Jesus himself is watching over this moment, not with judgment, but with joy. Joy that you're finally hearing what heaven has wanted to say all along. You don't have to carry it all anymore. The pain. The questions. The wondering. Let it fall now. I'm holding it. I'm holding you. And that release is not weakness. It's your realignment. It's your freedom. It's your welcome back into peace. And beside you, though you may not see him, stands Archangel Michael, not to warn you, but to comfort you. To confirm what your soul already knows. That something is about to shift inside you. Not a dramatic moment. Not a loud miracle. But a soft return. A homecoming of the heart. And it starts here, in this moment, because someone out there asked heaven to remind you how deeply you are loved. So pause. Let that truth rest on your shoulders. Let it soak into your soul like a slow sunrise after a long night. You didn't miss anything. This message was always on time. Because love never runs late. And angels always deliver. There is a quiet kind of miracle that doesn't make headlines, doesn't demand a spotlight, and yet transforms everything it touches. This message is one of those miracles. Not because it changes your outer world immediately, but because it calms the storm in your inner world, the one that's been raging for longer than you've told anyone. Angels are leaning in close to you now, not to bring noise, but to bring healing. They are carrying prayers someone whispered with your name attached to them. Prayers that were not demanding. Prayers that simply said, God, just let them feel loved again. And heaven heard it. Not just as a request, but as a divine signal. And now, through this message, that love is flowing toward you, not to fix what's broken, but to remind you that you were never alone in the breaking. You don't need to pretend to be strong right now. You don't need to act like you've got it all figured out. This is not a message for your performance. This is a message for your presence. For the part of you that's been quietly waiting for some kind of sign that says, it's okay to let go now. It's okay to feel again. It's okay to hope again. And this is that sign. The one who prayed for you may never tell you they did. They may not even be close anymore. But love doesn't expire when seasons change. Real love lingers. Real love remains. Real love reaches beyond timelines and tension and finds its way back to you when your soul needs it most. And someone, somewhere, is still holding space for you. And that space is being filled now with divine light. Jesus isn't just watching over you. He's walking with you. And He's holding every piece you thought you lost, every dream you buried, every part of your heart that dimmed, every ounce of love you gave away with nothing returned. He's holding it not to remind you of the loss, but to return you to wholeness. This isn't about what left. This is about what stayed. What stayed was your softness. What stayed was your hope. What stayed was your ability to feel love, even when it hurt. And now, God is honoring that. Archangel Michael has not come with a sword today. He has come with a scroll. And written on that scroll are the names of those whose prayers have been heard. Yours is on that scroll. So is the name of the one who whispered a prayer for you when you were too tired to pray for yourself. That's why this message feels so personal, because it is. Because it was crafted for you. You may not have realized it, but someone asked heaven to remind you. To remind you that your presence still matters. To remind you that your light still shines. To remind you that your love was never wasted, even when it wasn't received. And most of all, to remind you that you're still on God's mind. Not because of what you've done, but because of who you are. So let this be your moment of returning. Not to the past, but to yourself. Let this message soften the tight places inside you. Let it melt the fear you've been carrying alone. Let it speak what your heart has been needing to hear: you are loved. You are chosen. You are not too late. And someone still sees the beauty in you, even when you forget to see it yourself. Somewhere in the silence between today and tomorrow, there is a voice your spirit already knows, a voice that doesn't rush, doesn't push, doesn't shame. It simply says, I'm still here. I've always been here. This message isn't just words, it's a reminder that heaven has been watching over your journey with tenderness. You may think you've been forgotten in rooms you once poured your heart into. You may feel like you gave everything to people who walked away without explanation. But God saw all of it. Not to judge you for loving too deeply, but to honor the very fact that you loved without fear, trusted without knowing, and forgave without being asked. And now, All of that unseen beauty is being remembered by the one who forgets nothing and repays everything in perfect timing. You didn't lose yourself. You were planted. You were hidden. You were being prepared. And now the soil of your life is ready. Not because everything around you changed, but because everything within you has. You are no longer searching for external validation to feel chosen. You have become the place where love returns, where healing lands softly, where prayers from others begin to bloom quietly. And someone, yes someone, is still praying for you, not because they expect anything in return, but because they still carry your name in reverence, in gratitude, in quiet hope. Jesus stands beside your heart, not with urgency, but with unwavering grace. He has never needed you to do more. He only wanted you to stay open. And you did. Even with a bruised heart, you stayed open. Even with questions, you stayed faithful. Even with silence, you kept waiting with gentleness. And now, heaven is not just aware, it's responding. Not to fix what you lost, but to fill what's been waiting. Your waiting wasn't weakness. It was strength hidden in surrender. And now that surrender is becoming supply. Archangel Michael does not arrive today with thunder. He arrives with truth. A truth that whispers into your spirit. You were right to believe. You were right to keep hoping. You were right to love, even if it hurt. Because that love never disappeared, it returned to heaven. And now heaven is returning it to you in a form your soul can finally receive. This isn't about being rescued. This is about being restored. Not because you begged, but because someone lifted your name in light. And that light reached God's heart. Let this message settle into the spaces that needed closure. Let it become the closure. Let it become the new beginning. Let it erase the pressure of trying to prove your worth. Let it lift the fear that maybe you waited too long. You didn't wait too long. You waited with love. And love has never been a waste of time. So breathe softer now. Walk slower. Let your hands open without needing to hold everything together. Because heaven is holding you now. Because someone saw your value even when life felt blurry. And because this message, this one you almost skipped, is proof that even when people forget, God remembers. There's a reason your soul paused when it saw this message. Not because of curiosity, but because of connection. The kind of connection that doesn't speak to your mind first, but to your heart. Because somewhere deep in your spirit, you've been waiting for something that doesn't just sound right, but feels true. And this moment, this very message, is that truth. A gentle, sacred reminder that love never truly leaves. It evolves. It transforms. It finds its way back, not always through people, but through peace. And today, that peace is being delivered through a whisper from heaven, sent by angels, inspired by someone who still carries your name as softly as a prayer. You may not know who. You may not ever find out. But their love, whether they are here or beyond, is still reaching you. And it always will. You haven't lost time. You haven't missed destiny. You are standing at the edge of something that looks nothing like the pain you've endured. Because what's ahead is not a reward for surviving. It's a reflection of who you became while you waited. The way you stayed kind. The way you held on to hope with trembling hands. The way you kept opening your heart even when it felt risky. That's what's being honored now, not with noise, but with confirmation. Jesus is not reminding you of your failures. He's celebrating your courage. He's not counting the moments you broke down. He's blessing the ones where you got back up. And He's not rushing you to do more. He's reminding you that your being is already enough. You don't need a stage to be seen. You don't need a title to be chosen. You don't need perfection to be poured into. You just need to receive what heaven has been waiting to give, restoration. Archangel Michael has not been guarding a blessing. He's been guarding you. Your softness. Your sensitivity. Your divine sensitivity to light, to love, to truth. Because those qualities are rare in a world that moves fast and forgets often. But heaven never forgot. Heaven remembers the sound of your honest prayers. Heaven remembers the shape of your giving spirit. Heaven remembers the tears you never told anyone about. And now, all of it is returning, not as weight, but as wings. Wings that carry you into a new season. Wings that lift the heaviness off your chest. Wings that remind you, you were never alone, not for a single breath. Because someone loved you so deeply that even heaven couldn't ignore their prayers. And this message is proof that love still echoes through time, through realms, through silence. So pause and receive this not with effort, but with ease. Let this be the moment where your heart doesn't just hear something beautiful, but believes it. Because the one who's been thinking of you, hoping for you, praying for you, they didn't forget. And neither did God. You are still written in love. Still surrounded by grace. Still protected by angels. Still right on time for everything heaven has aligned for your soul. You've given so much of your soul without asking for anything in return. You've watched others receive while you stood silent in the shadows, wondering if heaven had skipped your name. But heaven never forgets. What you gave in secret was not buried, it was planted. And now, what was once underground, what no one else saw, is beginning to break through the surface in divine timing. This message didn't come to remind you of the silence, it came to honor what was born in it. A tenderness that never left you. A strength that never needed to scream. A love that kept flowing even when it was never returned. And now, heaven is pouring back into you the very thing you never stopped giving, unconditional light. Someone whose soul is still connected to yours has asked heaven to reach you. Not with noise, not with pressure, but with comfort. They may not speak your name out loud anymore. They may have walked away, or maybe they are beyond this earth, but their spirit never stopped seeing the beauty in you. And tonight, that love was delivered to the realm of angels. That love became a whisper. And that whisper became this moment. You didn't stumble on this message. You were guided here, because someone is still hoping you'll remember that you matter. That your presence is a blessing. That your softness is still needed in this world. Jesus isn't rushing you into healing. He's resting with you in it. He's not waiting for a perfect version of you to show up. He's walking with the real you, the one who cries quietly at night, the one who smiles even when they're tired, the one who still believes in miracles even after disappointment. And he's proud of that version of you. He's proud of the way you've kept your heart open, even after everything. That kind of heart doesn't go unnoticed. It gets rewarded. Not with things that fade, but with peace that stays. Archangel Michael stands not with judgment, but with joy. Joy that your name still carries spiritual weight. Joy that your prayers were never wasted. Joy that the love you gave, pure, soft, sincere, is now returning to you in forms you never imagined. Maybe not from the same people. Maybe not through the same paths. But in ways that will feel like home. Because what's coming for you was custom written in heaven, not based on your perfection, but based on your purity. So breathe deeply. Let go of the fear that you've missed something. Let go of the idea that you're behind. You are not behind, you are becoming. You are not forgotten, you are favored. And right now, as you read this, angels are circling your name, not because you begged, but because you believed. Even with just a little bit of hope left, you still believed. And now, that hope is opening doors. This message was sent to prepare you, not pressure you. To lift you, not push you. To remind you that you were always worthy of being chosen, not because of what you could offer, but because of who you are inside. And who you are is still being loved, still being protected, still being remembered by someone who wanted heaven to reach you before tomorrow. Let that truth wrap around your soul like light on a cold morning. Let it quiet the voices that made you question your worth. Let it heal the spaces you had to pretend didn't hurt. Because what's coming next won't require pretending. It will meet the real you, the soft you, the healing you, the whole you. And this time, you'll receive it without fear.